my my failing as a jail spirit, or specific custody for me, monk. Almost a fist through the marquee, they beat me like old pearls in the riverbanks of an assortment of black latitudes. So many stabbed up instruments, nothing left of us but sweet Chicago rage, 1919, monk. My first poem as a white man. And all I see is a depopulated and obedient abyss twisting to the metronome ticks of my mother and father and baby prison society. God doesn't even seem possible. I run every street, light every cigarette, I conjure body language, don't call it the South. I live in someone's terrified arms. There are these 1820s church pews unpainting themselves. There are these cracker doves, and the prison just keeps getting older and older. And I know you have to be a genius, invite the devil into Reconstruction. You have to chase music even while you're dying. My conscience is clean, but still not the blues. More gallant rats and a death mask that fits millions. Do you find me morbid, monk? I woke up on a battlefield and also looking down from the crystal of a wind chime. I was a rooftop without a city. Trying to figure out the right thing to do with my spirit chain subtext, clinking coins, dialoguing like God's efforts. The carpenter's body was black, right? Underground body. Simile, nothing. Abstraction, nothing. It's society time, the testing and forgiving in this universe, letting me try my mind again. The police pantry was well stocked, and there I was, not participating in street life, my hands far from the self-talk. You could actually see police leverage bobbing up and down in a nuclear harbor. You could see flattened massacres of black people. The biography's done, neatly stacked on top of my infant body, sleeping through my first imperialist summer, hospital floor swept up of all 10 million bullets, my conscience in drum patterns strangely perceived. No home away from police insecurities, no working class artifacts, just the state mythos and its love balladeers, Europe serving two masters, maybe 200,000 in a minor Christ, someone begging for change next to biographies, stomachs pumped next to biographies. I had all these 7-day candles lit, monk, and I knew I was just not getting it. The pain was just not sliding down the notes right, not saving someone's world, just odd walls of fear, asking, well, what is there actually a true self? Between these mildly confident walls, recalling how the front of the body feels outside. Social contracts, well-dressed and courted shrewdly, stabbed at shrewdly. Societies wander together like hopeful drops of a virus. Citizen testaments bent on offering me a nation of breadwinners to hold me back like it's a Brinks. I wrinkle the concrete sometimes like flesh. My Martin Luther King permanence turned away from a podium into the reeds like God is the dangerous twin. Black August to the mountaintop balcony on my bedroom floor. They steal you from the earth itself and suspend you in your broken neck from their fullest euphoria, from the loyalty oath of their great superstitions, loyalty oath of their agrarian reform. I return to my mother completely disrespected. For peeling the heat off of purgatory, they kill poets like me. Walk me away from my poems, never to be heard from again. In this final industrial complex of bloodlines picked over, picked through a sport and spiritual death, or your devil at least half made. Police become a pretty word. I'm reading a Lynch Mob shoestrings like they were tea leaves, teaching you how to write about cities. It's the 25th century in the mirror, people. Tyranny against your chump change. And you're a chump to be mocked, even with a gun in your car. Cupid and needlework spell tune for the proletariat, the relapse ministry. Talented people curled up in a fetal position next to a diamond dime. Just another service day in the theatrics of a tea house fascism, and a bouquet of surveillance cameras, and the poverty of God. New blue eyes, corpses of water, newly potted presidency, or one big shiny coin if you ask animated capitalism and other non-literal voids, killing is white freedom. The deification of hyphens. Medicine, bread, and picture shows. Great protesters in LA. Guests of our ink. Drop kicking roses in the graveyard. DC mink like a stone torn in half. The pen advances despite CIA guideposts, despite non-African past and futures of metaphorical but not surreal day. In a horn-ridden life, horn player improvising king. Like a radio prize fight featuring Shango himself. A real hand sweeps the land of racism. May I return to the ground. May I make progress with the gun. My mother Emmanuel. They put on music that evening. Swinging tight body language for you to drink with fermented $5 bills for your body language, some applause, my past stomach lining, neither a good thing nor a bad thing like being psychic on the way to a lethal injection. It'll sit you down with Lady Day, leading youth who surrendered their souls to Africa too soon. Polity thought floating in a cup of water, she saved me, accessing my stomach, accessing the love of the American lynched, Coat sleeves wooden and avalanching to the wrist. Our mother Emmanuel, avalanching to the sharp keys, pain. The deal you make with pain. The piano makes sense for them. Laying hands on the world, gradually addressing the bending necks on the streets of the north. Travelers sailing in pain, repeating pain in the north. 10 trigger fingers on that piano if harmony would have me, putting 100 fights on every direction offered her Lady Day. Leaning on trees again, recruiting the countryside itself. Lay your plan out on this lightning. Make your poems the corner pocket of men. I've greeted the blues itself. America may clean my dead body, but will never include me. There goes the poet, killing without killing. Don't mind this painting of your language. Now be a meaningful lynching. A crow's passing, good and dead by the afternoon. Thank you.